Here's a little movie trivia you might not have known. Producers of the classic movie Field of Dreams almost picked a farm outside Toronto to build their ballpark. In the end, they settled on Iowa. And ever since then, more than 60,000 people a year visit the site. Well, the field made headlines around the world recently when it was put up for sale. It's hallowed ground for fans of the movie, people like our reporter, Mike Armstrong.
Dyersville, Iowa is a farming community. There are rolling hills and rows of corn in just about every direction. On one of those little hills is the Lansing farmhouse. It sits overlooking a baseball field with immaculate grass, a manicured infield, and an invisible force that pulls people to this spot. The game on this field has been going on for 21 years and counting. But for how much longer? Don Lansing has put the farm his family has owned for more than a century up for sale.
It's time. It's time to pick out a spot on the bleachers and time for a change of guard.
It's a trickle, but it's steady. Car after car after car rolls down the long, dusty driveway and over the bridge.
I think this is about the third time we've been here, and I just love coming here myself. My wife was to the wish the corn was growing.
They don't come to see a celebrity. They're not here for a special sale. People come to this ballpark in a cornfield to soak it in, and almost always to share it with someone. How many people are you?
What, five of us? Six of us.
There's like no greater place on the planet than this.
You see the movie and there is something that just wants to draw you here, and it's hard to explain. You can't explain it.
If you build it, he will come.
Field of Dreams came out in 1989. After hearing The Voice, Kevin Costner's character Ray Kinsella plows part of his corn to build a ball field. The ghost of Shoeless Joe Jackson returns to play and brings some friends. The Kinsellas face foreclosure until they realize what they have.
Daddy, we don't have to sell the farm. People will come.
What people, sweetheart?
From all over. We'll just decide to take a vacation, see? We'll drive up and want to pay us, like buying a ticket.
Field of Dreams isn't about baseball. No one faces down a fastball for a big home run. It's a story about dreams, family, and reconciliation. And as Ray has a catch with his dad, it has maybe the best closing shot in movie history. People come. Well, they're still coming. There are no ghosts to see, no game to watch. You can't rent the field, you can't reserve it, but you can have a quiet moment or play a little ball.
Donnie has always said, you know, how many places in this world can you go for free?
Don Lansing was born in the farmhouse and took over the operation from his father. In the fall of 1987, he got a knock on the door from a Hollywood location scout. What was that like?
He caught me totally off guard. I said, what are you, dreaming or what? I mean, it was a movie. I mean, usually all I get out here is a bill collector or salesman.
The next summer, Lansing handed his home over and the farmhouse got a facelift. The bay windows were added.
They made some nice changes.
Yes, they did. They really did a really wonderful job on the inside. They gave me all hardwood flooring, and they gave me my favorite thing was air conditioning.
Lansing moved out of the house for 15 weeks. The field was built, the movie shot, and his life changed forever.
When it premiered April 20th, I knew I was going to keep this field. It seemed like if I probably heard the voice.
For 2 decades, Lansing and his family have considered themselves guardians of the Field of Dreams. Every day, spring to fall, 9 to 6, there are people here.
People come here and it's very respectful. They're quiet, they play ball, they feel what they need to feel, they see what they need to see, and they leave here
With a smile on their face.
Yeah.
The gift shop pays for the upkeep of the field and the royalty to Universal Pictures. There's also a donation box, but the field's run like a non-profit. No one's trying to get rich.
Well, Lansing say they want people to remember nostalgia from the movie, maybe remember family, maybe remember their favorite team, whatever. This is what they want people doing.
You're certainly always welcome here.
Thank you.
Now, the Lansings actually left the farmhouse a few years ago. It was a little too much like living in a fishbowl. They're about a kilometer away. Moving wasn't too tough. Selling is.
We're ready to retire. We've got our health. We have each other. We've been blessed unimaginably. And we're ready, like Donnie said, to sit in the bleachers, be a spectator, and watch the field as it continues to unfold.
There's nervousness in town, fear that whoever buys the property could over-commercialize it or even shut it down. For years, it's meant tourists and pride.
Every time I watch that movie and that toward that ending when I have a catch, Dad, I cry every time. Excuse me.
You think you're dad?
Yeah.
Field of Dreams was originally a short story and then a novel, Shoeless Joe, and it may be considered classic Americana, but it was written by a Canadian. W.P. Kinsella today lives outside Chilliwack, BC. He says he knew he was onto something when he wrote it in 1980 because it was so much better than anything else he'd written. The story was adapted for the big screen.
I cried when I read the copy of the screenplay, and I said, my God, this is my own work doing this to me. So if it can get onto the screen, it has got to be good.
There may be differences between the field Kinsella imagined and the one the movie created, but today he says he can't remember them.
They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. For it is money they have and peace they like.
The Lansings are at peace with their decision, even though they never had kids and think of the field as their child. They hope to pass the torch. They've had a great perch to watch families share time together and have considered being witnesses an absolute blessing.
They'll probably remember it forever.
It is very bittersweet. It is very bittersweet because we still consider this home. It has been a fabulous ride.
All right.